to see Charlotte do that gainer,
Yes.
and it's rumor that she hurt herself. I'm gonna tell you right now that could have been a major, serious injury with Nia Jax. I don't know if you guys caught that, but the big backflip,
little corkscrew moonsault,
and the thing was, it was the shin, almost the same thing with John Jones. Excuse me, Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva, when he broke that bone, it was that same area. And that bone.
Or what about Sid Vicious? Remember that?
Sid Vicious as well. And the thing is, that part of the leg is like the smallest part, the skinniest part of the bone in the leg. And for her to smash it that hard on Nia, and then for her to take herself out, that's the one move. We're talking about wrestling right now. Let's talk about that for a minute. That's the one move that scares me most about Charlotte, is that triple gainer, what do you call it?
The corkscrew
moonsault. That's the one thing that scares me about her, because that's a move like when I used to do the Harlem Hangover. When I was fresh, I could go out there and do it, 9 out of 10 times and hit it perfectly. But after a 15-minute brawl, I would go up there and I would, think about it. I would have to, try to anticipate exactly where I needed to land. And I think with Charlotte, that's the one move that could be, her downfall, if not done properly. And what I mean by properly, pay-per-view only, baby. You feel me? You gotta make her pay for it. You know what I mean? So that's pay-per-view only. Yeah, I like that switch there.
I liked it.
Yeah. You gotta be you gotta know your surroundings. You gotta know exactly, the layout of the land and how to navigate your way through your career more than anything. And for me, big moves like that only came out at certain times. You know what I mean? You gotta give the people that something extra, and that something extra is on pay-per-view. It's like Mayweather showing up. We gotta see it. You know what I mean? So for Charlotte, my advice to you, Heated Conversation, Sports Radio 610. My advice to you right now, Charlotte, make sure you know when and where to do all of your big stuff. You know what I mean? When you want to debut something big and something new, you do it on TV and then you stop. And then you say, pay-per-view, you're going to see something big. You're going to see something bigger than that triple gainer. Then they're going to show up and pay money to see you, baby. That's money. That's what I'm talking about. This Heated Conversation, Sports Radio. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying. And there's actually another injury on Raw, right? I mean, I read that Finn Balor got hit upside the head from a forearm from Jinder Mahal, and he's got a concussion.
I heard that Balor's down again. Hopefully it's not going to keep him out for very long. You don't want to get labeled in this business as being injury prone. You know what I mean? This guy, he's soft. You know what I mean? You don't want to get that label. Right? You're
not saying he's soft. You're saying you don't want anyone to label him soft.
That's what I said.
SAWFT.
I wasn't saying him, specifically. I'm just saying you do not want that label in this business, as far as one being soft, a guy who cannot, carry the load, a guy that's not going to be in for the long haul. That's what this business is about, man. It's about being able to go out there and weather the storm. I'm talking about sick, tired, torn, ragged, worn. You got to be ready to go at all times. When you sign that WWE contract, it means you got to be prepared every day. Preparation is the only luck you're going to have throughout your career. And I look at Wade Barrett. I'm just saying. This Heated Conversation, Sports Radio 610. Guys, we got a lot more to talk about. We got to talk about the saga that's going on right now. We got to talk about the thriller in Chichilla. You know what I'm saying? We talk about JBL and Mauro Ranallo. We're going to get down to the bottom of it. Back in a minute. Heated Conversations.